Alright, so I'm going to show you guys how to fill up a SodaStream canister at home by yourself for about $2. What you need is a pen. I'm going to use this to push the dry ice through the funnel, and we're going to put the funnel into the canister here. So on your canister, there's a couple of different ones. You're also going to want dry ice as well. And you can probably get this for I think it's like $1.60 or so at King Soopers or wherever you get it. On the can, you're going to see though 410 grams is what mine says. Yours might be different. I definitely recommend checking that before you continue with this. Anyway, you're going to want to get a scale, and you're going to want to zero it out. I'm going to change it here to grams instead of pounds on right now. So like I was saying, on your canister, you're going to have your grams. Mine says 410, so I'm going to put that on there. I'm going to zero it out, and from here, we're going to fill it up. Now, you're going to see the 410 again, 60 liter. Be sure to check this. It's better to underfill it than to overfill it. There are safety features in case you do overfill it, but, just safety. You're also going to want a wrench to get off the metal top to this canister. It might be really hard to get off. Just, keep trying. You can see the small little thing right here. You're going to want to undo that first before you take off the bigger one, just to let any pressure out. So when you take that little thing off, though, you're going to see this little circle, a little piece of metal, and it's going to have a red marking on it. That side is going to go up in the canister, and what this does is that if you overfill it and there's too much pressure, that bursts and lets out the pressure. So that's a safety feature there in case you overfill it. But for me, I underfill it. Just for safety. Now once you get that off, I ended up taking the label off because it's slipping and whatnot. You might have to use some force to get that off. There's an O-ring on there as well. Make sure that O-ring is in good condition, not broken or anything. Anyway, with the dry ice, I crushed it up into a powder, and you can fill that up in there. Measure 410 grams or whatever yours says. I did about 350 on mine. So now once you get that dry ice in there, I made a powder and push it in there. You're going to want to screw this back on with that the little one that we had on there, the little metal piece there. You want to put that on first, screw that on first before you put the bigger one on, or else you won't be able to put it on because of the pressure. So you can see mine's open a little bit, and once that bigger one's on, then you can screw that all the way down. Either works, but give that a little tighten. Just make sure it's on there good, not too tight. But the big one, you want to make sure that's on there pretty tight. You'll see it's kind of gonna frost up because dry ice is pretty cold. So you might want to get a towel or something to screw that on. But after you do that, you're pretty much good to go. And like I was saying before, that little safety feature on there, if you overfill it, it's not a worry. It's just a safety feature there. So after you put the dry ice on there, you can leave it sit for about an hour while the dry ice turns into a liquid and gas, and then after that you'll be good to go. Now refilling this only probably around $2 for me. You really only need about a pound or so of dry ice, maybe 2 pounds just in case, to get this all done. So there you guys go. Hope you enjoyed.